The camera is placed here like this on purpose. It's a little bit exaggerated. In real life, I have it more like here. But this is to illustrate one of the tips that I give. And this is especially important today for job interviews. You'll see in a second. I know it's awkward. The angle is awkward. This is on purpose. Don't worry about it. Like this is, I'm lampshading this. This camera angle is on purpose, guys. All right. So what's the point of this, of having the camera like this? Well, first of all, it's very hard for you to see my hands. I mean, I guess you're seeing the shadow here, but in the day they wouldn't be seen. But it's very important that you're not seeing my hands. Like I have to like really raise them up, like always, almost all the way up to here for you guys to see them. And the point here is that not only does this work for, this is like a general tip, a general advice for conflicting meetings, in case you got to have the camera on in one meeting, and or even not conflicting meetings today, right? Like employers are going a little bit crazy with the amount of meetings, and with the camera on. So you want to be free to be doing something else, typing, just working without your hands being seen. Conflicting meetings, again, this is for general meetings, but in conflicting meetings in particular, you don't want them seeing, you don't want them catching you like looking at your phone or doing something, like switching headphones or switching something else. Like, it's very hard to switch headphones, but switching microphones, doing something else, right? Like you don't want them to see your hands. But now with ChatGPT and the large language models, right? Like the new AI stuff, employers have gone a little bit paranoid, insane, but still not enough. But they have gone insane with the way they do interviews now. So what happens is that because of ChatGPT, right? Like everybody knows that you can just paste the questions that the employer gives to code challenges or whatever other thing that they throw, a technical exercise that they throw at you. And this applies a lot to software engineers, but any other role where they give you like a technical exercise, or like, you have to have, you're given like an online test to test your knowledge, this works as well. So the point I'm getting at is that because we all know now about ChatGPT and that you can copy paste the questions and ChatGPT will give you the answers, employers are now usually more than ever requiring, they always require cameras on for interviews. That was a given, but they are very strict now about you sharing your screen and the whole screen, right? Because they think that, if they share, if you share your screen, then you're not going to be able to copy paste things into ChatGPT. The thing is that they don't realize that you can have ChatGPT on your phone, and that you can take pictures of your screen, send them to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT can, and Claude, all the major AI models, they can just simply read the screenshot, even with all the distortion, right? Like when you take, I don't know if you've ever taken a picture of a screen. It doesn't, the picture does not look at all like how your eyes see the screen. There's a lot of like distortion. But even then, like if you take a good picture, most the big language models like Claude or ChatGPT will be able to fully read the question, and they will give you the answer. And the thing is that if you have your camera here, like around here, this is a little bit exaggerated. You could have it a little bit lower, but you can actually bring your phone, right? Like, so look up. I have to like bring it all the way to my head for you guys to see it on camera. So you can actually like lean in a little bit, and like you're not seeing it, but look at how close the phone is to the screen. You can actually just take a very good clear picture of the screen without it looking on camera. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do it right now so you guys see. I'm going to take a picture of this right now. We're here, and see, I'm taking this. Okay, so see, I just took that. Is it this today? I'm gonna take another one. I'm gonna raise the phone even more. So say I'm gonna look at the camera. I'm not even gonna. All right. So see, I was able to even like take a picture. Like this is not a good picture, of course, because I wasn't looking at my phone when I took it. But see how high I can even like take it. Like I can take a picture of the upper part of my browser. and it doesn't show up on camera. All right, so that's the trick. So I'm even going to do it portrait mode. Let's see. Look at this. Like I can even take a picture of the camera, and you didn't see my phone. Like you didn't see my phone. Like like I'd have to bring it all the way up to here. So you can even do this. See, you can be leaning all the way back, and you can still take pictures. So they, it's like, yeah, they try. So now I'm going to put my camera where it should, in a more in a more natural place. It's not happening. The camera's not yielding. Right. So that was a little. That's basically why you should have your camera a little bit higher, so that you can play with your hands and it doesn't show up on camera. See how my hands now, my fingers are shown now that I lower the camera. Before I had to have like my hands like up to here, whereas now it's like even, see, you can see my thumbs here. So that's how you beat now all those interviews where they have you share your screen. You just have another device, right? Like employers, for whatever reason, still haven't caught on to the fact that people can own multiple devices. Like they seem to operate on the idea that people just have like one computer or something. And like with the job stacking paradigm, I already tell you like, hey, you should have as many laptops as you have employers. Now I'm telling you, like for interviews, it's good that you have the app, like some mobile app for ChatGPT or Claude or whatever AI you like, as long as they are able to process pictures, right? Like as long as they can do it. That's the tip. Like that is something that just some advice that I wanted to share with you guys today. And it happened casually. It wasn't my intention to talk about this today. It was actually because when I logged into the live session, I forgot to adjust my camera, and it just came out naturally that that I wanted to talk about this, or that I could talk about this. What I really wanted to talk about today is about how to turn a hybrid job into fully remote. But before I do that, I know we have questions and answers. We have Q&A session at the end as usual, but I just want to see if there are any questions regarding what I just explained about the camera being high up. Again, don't exaggerate. Like this is not good, but something like this, or like a little bit higher, something like this, where your neck is still showing, but if you lean in a little bit, it's like very hard. Like you have to like raise your hands all the way up to here, and you're not seeing it again, but I'm like pulling, I'm like having my hands go up the screen and you don't see it. Like you can see, if I exaggerate a little bit, you can see my shoulders going up. But if you're like subtle, like you can like literally, like I'm having, I show you saw the pictures, like you can have your phone right up there. I guess the OG advice, the one from the book, is that if you're at two meetings, you're in two meetings at once, and you have to have the camera on both. In theory, you wouldn't be talking at the same time in both meetings. But if you have to talk in one meeting but not the other, you can always just like turn off your camera, for a brief period of time. Like that's totally fine as well. But if for whatever reason you've done it too much, they've given you too many, a bunch of warnings of like no cameras off. We don't like it when you turn the camera off. Whatever. The original advice I gave is like you pretend that somebody is in your room, like somebody came in to your home office, and then you talk to them like, hey, yeah, no, I don't know, sure, yeah, whatever, man. I don't know what you're talking about. The other thing is like you can make like this. It does. I know it looks bad because I'm the only one in the call, and you're looking at me. I know it doesn't look good, but in the heat of the moment, when it's like a meeting, there's a bunch of people with cameras on. It looks very natural, right? But that advice, it's like you gotta have like cold, like you gotta have like ice on your veins to pull it off. Even I don't go for it that often. I used to do it when I was a little bit more reckless and just running experiments all the time on employers. It still works. It's like a desperate last ditch effort. If for whatever reason you can't turn your camera off, like it's just easy to avoid the conflict. Turn your camera off for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, and then turn it back on. But there's another advice here, which is that you can actually have the two meetings at once without, regardless of if you have the camera on or not, in both, but at least in one of them. like well, as a matter of fact, like by necessity in one of them, you can have like your phone, and you can have like a little, like the earbuds. You can have the earbuds. See, these are earbuds. They're not headphones, and you can actually just do this. You can actually just do this. You can have two, basically running two meetings at once, and it doesn't look. It's very hard to catch that there are two wires here, because like people would have to be scrutinizing your face, like you would have to have like an enemy at work that is like onto you. But it's, as you can see, it's very hard. What somebody's talking about the backgrounds. I think what they are talking about is this. Hold on. Like backgrounds like this. See, now it's like even harder to catch, like especially if I do this. Like, well, you know where the wire is, right? Like you're looking for it, but imagine that you have no idea that I did this. It's like it makes it virtual background. It makes it harder for them to catch you. So like you can be in two meetings at once, like here on your phone, while the one on camera is just like this. And again, like suppose you have to talk in this meeting, you just turn your camera off for a little bit, say whatever your update is, and mute yourself, of course. Mute yourself, turn your camera off, go back to, and then go back to this meeting. No problem. Don't do this in the middle of the meeting. Don't do this, because then everybody saw that you took out earbud. So just wait until the meeting is over. The other one, or I'm sorry, the one with the camera on, to take off your earbud. So those are like little techniques, little tips and tricks, that you can do to reduce the stress, or like to handle conflicting meetings or meetings in general way easier. I guess there's a use case for what I just described for job interviews as well. It's just that like you would have to, it's just harder, right? Like you would have to be asking the question to ChatGPT. Like you can do it. So I've seen videos online of people, which by the way, you always see this white wall, because I actually have my desk turning, my computer, like my chair is, as you can see, like I'm not looking at the wall. I hate that. So like here's a privileged look at my office. So here it is. Oh my God, camera work sucks here. Yeah, so that's why you always see the white wall, because otherwise, like I would be looking at the wall. So it's like, no, you look at it. I have my window over there, so it's like I have a better view of everything, and I have like my little bookshelf here, and I keep fiddling with the camera. This is the fiddling camera live stream. I'm gonna leave it like that. That's it. All right. Sorry to everybody that got dizzy by me fidgeting with the camera all this time. And so yeah, I've seen videos of people like having in interviews and having like their phone, like something what I just described it with like a tool, like with a with a selfie stick, something like that. And the ChatGPT is hearing the question the interviewer is asking. But to me, that poses problems, because there's a delay in the call. There's a delay in ChatGPT or whatever the AI hearing the question, processing it, and you giving the answer. And then you're reading the answer, which is even more unnatural. So to me, during job interviews, it's a must that you be eloquent and you be charming. So it's like when you're in a job interview, that's it. Like this, I mean, when it's like with a human, right? Or like even with a, like when there's cameras on and you're talking, like they're asking you questions. It's not just an exercise, like a, multiple choice question, that sort of stuff, like a coding exercise. What I described earlier that you can do, take pictures with your phone. That's for like a technical exercise, right? Like it's not an interview where they're at, like it's a conversation, right? I'm adamant that during job interviews, you have to be eloquent, you have to be charming, you have to come off as natural, as you're very comfortable with the subject matter. So the time to prepare for a job interview, is before. If you need to have like an AI assistant during the conversation, you're already lost. Like you're done. Like you're screwed. Like it's too late. It's like studying, an hour before the test. It doesn't work. So you need to study at least the day before, right? Like you need to give it time so that you can basically get comfortable with the script, with the dialogue that you're going to be basically performing, right? So that you look eloquent, you look comfortable, that you look just like you're very you're very adept at what you're talking about, at the concepts that you're handling, that you're of what they're interviewing you for. So no AI, no thing that, during an interview, that's a conversation. It looks weird, looks very unnatural. Those videos to me are all staged, or the person, they had like a bunch of interviews and they only show you like the successful one. As a matter of fact, they don't show you the result of the interview. They just show you that they're doing it, but they don't show you if they got the job or not, like how they fared. So it's kind of like clickbaity content. Here I give you the real, the grounded advice, that what works, like what actually works, proven to work. I'm not AI skeptic, as you can see. I use ChatGPT. We also use it in some background processes here in the program. Don't ever think like there's human input at all stages. I don't want you to ever think that we just like run your resume through AI or something like that. Like we never do that. Like there's always a human behind every step of what we do, and there's always human oversight. Like the AI is like very touch and go, like for very specific purposes, right? Like, but so that being said, like I was mentioning, I'm not AI skeptic, but neither am I an AI hype like apologist or whatever. Like, it's like no. When it comes to human interactions, you want to be human. You want to be charming. You want to be eloquent. You want to be comfortable. You don't want to be depending on a computer and like reading and like doing this. If it's a test where you have to like click on a computer, or you have to read like the excerpt, like you have to provide, like you have to do some sort of exercise that's not involve a conversation, that's totally fine. Then just do what I just did. Like take out your phone, take the picture of the question, send it to ChatGPT, and just write down the answer, or select whatever the right choice, the right answer is for that exercise. As for the rest, do not just count on AI to do your interviewing. And it's the same with like all those tools that you see that they promise, that where you could like have like an AI double of yourself during meetings, during work meetings. They were never more than like tech demos. Like those things never worked in real life. Nobody actually used them. You can even, it's like you can't even get a demo of them right now. You can't even get a test trial for those tools, because they just never work. Like humans are very, we're very good at catching fakeness. And like somebody that's in a job interview that is like pausing, and it's like looking down, and it's like responding like this. And they, unless you have a lot of practice in public speaking, which if you're relying on AI during an interview, you probably don't, then you don't know how to make it seem on the fly as if you were talking when you're actually reading. Like there's no way you're going to pull that off, right? It takes a lot of practice to be able to like read from a teleprompter and don't make it seem like you're reading. And especially with some of the default answers that AI gives you, which are very, like nobody talks like that basically, right? So yeah, just in general, it's just better to practice and to be prepared for the interview, and then just leverage AI for basically the bullshit parts of the interview, which are like those technical exercises, like coding questions. I don't know, accounting exercises. I don't know. Like look at the spreadsheet and give me a conclusion, something like that, right?